Hi everyone, I'm Nick, this is Bunda. Welcome to our new video series. Hello everyone and welcome again. This week we're talking about shooting off your correct shoulder, and hopefully we've got a few different customers that have come to Honsbury shooting off the opposite shoulder, which I have actually changed, and hopefully some of their case studies will show the benefit.
So I started shooting probably when I first moved into the area. We moved up from London. I moved here in 2006 through work. And then through that, I got invited to a couple of shoots. First couple of times, really enjoyed it. But what I couldn't work out was why I couldn't hit anything.
Given that a lot of people are right or left-handed, and that naturally they think that they should shoot off that chosen shoulder, whereas actually it's more relevant and more important as to your eye dominance. And we see it week in and week out, people's opposite eye to the shoulder they shoot off being their dominant eye.
Yeah, so I've been shooting pretty much my life really. Going with my dad, when I was about 10, 12. I've always shot right-handed. Right-handed everything, right-handed batsman, right-handed writing, everything like that. So when I first came down to Honsbury, I was actually looking for a gun. This was about 3-4 years ago when I first moved down to the area. And I think it was Julian in the shop. First thing he said was, "Are you right or left-handed?" I said right-handed, and then he tested my eye dominance, and I was left eye dominant. So he told me I should be shooting left-handed, which kind of shook me a little bit. I think I panicked and ran out there. About 2 minutes later, made an excuse, I gotta go.
It's very much a matter of personal choice as to whether they change, but as a professional, our advice here as well at Honsbury would be very much to get the most out of your shooting, it would be to swap shoulders, which a lot of people would struggle to get their head around. But shown correctly and with determination, it is a life-changing experience in my opinion.
I've been shooting for about 6 years. I was getting frustrated by collecting tails, and I decided I'd come for lessons, and I met Nick, and then he decided to tell me that I needed to change from right hand to left hand, and that didn't go down well. I thought he would just want more money. We spent 45 minutes discussing or arguing or debating. He won. It felt very awkward. Loading the gun was a real challenge, but I started to hit clays that I would have normally been behind. I was advancing. I went up to Yorkshire and we had a day out shooting, and it's the best I have ever shot, and that was within 3 months of switching.
So to determine which eye is your dominant eye, a very basic test is I would point at an object in the distance with my finger, and I'd look through my finger at the object. I would shut my left eye, and if my finger remains in the same place, that's great. I'd then move on to shutting my right eye, and hopefully on the basis of your right master eye, you would see a big transition of your finger. It would jump across to the right. So that's showing you your right master eye. Now, being left-handed, it would be the opposite. So when you shut your left eye, it would jump considerably to the left. Amongst that, there is a possibility of actually having what's called central vision. If you pointed at the object, when you shut your left eye, it would jump to the left, whilst when you shut your right eye, it would jump an equal amount. That is obviously very different to having a dominant left and right master eye.
So I came here for a lesson. And when the first probably 4 minutes, Nick said to me, "Right, are you right-handed?" I said, "Well, yeah, I am, but I wear my watch on my right hand, so that's a left-handed trait." He then said, "Okay, let me do this test with you." He then said, right, you are left eye dominant. I said, okay, first time I've heard that. What the hell does that mean? He said, if you really want to be as good a shot as you were a golfer, you got to change shoulders.
So with the assumption that you have got vision in both eyes, when you look at clay shooting, you are shooting at moving targets, whether it be crossing, coming over your head, left to right, different speeds and angles. Having one eye open doesn't allow you to have the depth perception that you have with two eyes. And I suppose a big example of that is jump in your car and drive with one eye shut. You've got no depth perception or speeding and radio angle. But if you've got the ability to have two eyes and have them both open, in my opinion, it is a huge, huge advantage.
So I put my trust in him, and it paid off, to be honest. He kind of sold it to me as in, if I was running down the pitch and playing rugby, you don't run around with one eye closed, do you? You need all that field of vision, which makes sense. Just kind of getting out of your comfort zone, something you've done for probably 10 years, and trusting him, which I did, and it's been brilliant. I shoot better left-handed now than I ever did right-handed. Way more comfortable, and yeah, it's mainly for me just putting my trust in him, and he's the expert, isn't he? And you probably like to think I was a good shot right-handed, but he's helped me loads. It's been great.
The outcome is what I'm after. I want to be a good shot. My ego won't let me not be a good shot, so I've got to go through the pain. Tried it, and it was fine. And whenever I talk about shooting, I suddenly turn into a left-handed person. My pad is there, it's not there. Whenever I pick up a gun, I pick it up like that. Whenever I'm talking to someone, it's like that. Yeah, I write with my right hand and everything. So for those of you who are thinking about, this is really weird, why and how do you do it? Pick it up. Trust me, if you're left eye dominant, it's the best thing.
And since then, I've gradually advanced, and it's visible, and some of my friends have commented on the difference. They're astonished about the right to left, but it's not that difficult. I can now load the gun, and if someone recommends a switch, I would suggest that you go ahead, because it does make a big difference. As I will not go back to my right because I'm far more consistent in my shooting.
I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you've potentially learned something from it. And obviously, if any of the symptoms of the above, please just come in and have a chat, and we'll happily just look over your gun. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for our next video.